And much to the dismay of everybody, I'm back after a bit of an extended break, to be fair. You know, the Christmas period rolled around and all that lovely calendar stuff kicked off, and I thought, too lazy to do this. But I'm back, and today I'm looking at something that's very nostalgic for me. Why? Because 80s toys are simply the best. There's no other way to put it. Yes, we're going to be looking at, we'll start with the little figures, Starcom stuff. Now, Starcom, I haven't actually researched that much into it itself. His back keeps falling off. I wonder how I managed to keep it all these years. But Starcom was a cartoon in the 80s, which was working alongside NASA to try and get children interested in space. And from what I've gathered, after 13 episodes, it failed miserably and went away from store shelves. However, they also made a line of toys, and being the 80s, they are excellent toys. This is one of the figures. It's not a brilliant figure. It's there. It's very, very 80s. Let's see if we'll... Yes, you let me focus. You can see he's got a bit of a terrifying face. He looks rather sad, but the details in general are quite nice. But the interesting thing about these figures is they have magnets in their shoes. Now, why on earth would they have magnets in their shoes? Well, I'm going to show you by introducing you first. Actually, we'll bring the rest of the figures in so we have them. So we got, I think he's a pilot, and he's a dude. And he's a one-armed dude. He was my favourite when I was a kid. And he's a dude from I got a car boot sale not long ago, which is what spurred me on to talk about these. So I went and found the other ones I have. So we're just going to bring those in because they'll be useful to have. The basic articulation and so forth. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. They probably won't stay there. I like one-armed dude. He's only got one arm. But they've all got magnets in their feet. And here's an example of why. This is one of the vehicles. I have a couple to show you, so we're not entirely screwed vehicle-wise. But this is the Rat. The Rat 01141077, as told by that sticker there, which I forgot to focus. Yay! Starcom. Now, the nice thing about these toys, besides the fact that they're very well made, these things are excellently made, I don't care what you say, is they have magnets on them. So figures can stick to them whilst you're doing ridiculous things in space, except for if the magnets have become demagnetized, to which case he just falls off horribly. I haven't actually experimented with this figure much. Yay! We're looking at the good guys incidentally, because I don't have any of the bad guys. But no, this is the Rat. This is a small mobile laser turret. And unfortunately, the functions don't work. They've got a little motor inside. And when you pull this trigger here, it kind of unfurls. It's supposed to sort of unfurl, but it doesn't quite work. So with a little bit of encouragement, there we go. It grows a cockpit and a seat and a laser cannon. So we're going to... It turns into an armoured vehicle of pure and utter death and destruction, manned by the greatest pilots known to mankind. I'm not going to use him. His backpack keeps falling off, and I don't want to lose it because they're about 15 quid to replace. And because there's magnets in there, they stay in. So there we go. We now have a fully armed Rat ready to blow the living ever daylights out of everybody with laser cannons that can shoot to the side for drive-bys. Yeah. Also, I forgot to extend the wheelbase, which is also something else you can do, which is a really nice little thing. So yeah, this is not one I had as a kid, but this is pretty cool. It is basically a laser cannon, and you can pew 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 to shoot people down. Now I've got a couple of vehicles to show, including two that are pretty much the same, to be fair. But hey ho, so we'll leave that there. I said the mechanism in this one doesn't work, which is a real shame. They've got a little motor on the inside down there somewhere. Look at all the little details. I love 80s toys; they're brilliant. I do. I love 80s toys to bits. Unfortunately, as I said, the mechanism doesn't work on this one, but we do have a couple where the mechanisms are working. So, and he's run him over. No wonder he's got no arms. He's been run over. God, he's dead, and he's dead as well. It's a cargo crate. There is something I'm going to point out at these at the end as well, when we've looked at the smaller vehicles. Cargo crate, nice and simple. You would be able to get... they had a seating mechanism in here for some of these cargo crates, but not this one. This is just a standard cargo crate. But of course, to move a cargo crate around, you need some kind of cargo crate moving device, which is this delightful little bellend who's refusing to focus. La 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 la, there we go. This is the combat cargo shuttle. Again, nicely folded up, and the mechanisms work on this one. It's only spring-loaded. So, if we press this button, the engines come out so it can fly, and if we press this button, the laser guns at the front and the cockpit comes out so we can get a pilot inside. We'll put him in we'll try and put him in. I can't believe he still has his backpack. I think he's a pilot from something else, actually. As you can see, it traps him in there, so if he crashes, there's absolutely no chance to escape. And he's also got a laser cannon. And a pair of legs as well for landing, of which I believe one of them is very, very loose. I think it's this one, actually. But yes, it is awesome. Yeah, there we go. I've lost a leg. I'm going to crash, Captain. I've got no leg. Ooh, you can tell I'm rusty with this. So he's there like that, and he flies around and carries the cargo around. And if I just take the rat apart, you go back in there. There we go, like that. You two can come over here. So this guy's flying around. We'd have the legs folded up for this. Because another little interesting fact is when you push this button... Yeah, it's a very simple thing, but I will explain shortly what it's used for. So here we go. This cargo needs moving directly over there. Boom. And it doesn't pick it up because I've folded the legs incorrectly. I'm not very good at this. Huh. That's it. I forgot to put those bits up. So it picks it up and you fly off with it. And we're going to put it over there. So you push the button and it drops the cargo. It's great. And it can also be used to transport other vehicles with magnets on top. Suddenly you see the amazingness of the magnets when you're a kid. Although I didn't have either of these 3 bits as a kid, so... Yeah, but if I had, I would have blown mine. To be fair, this is like 1985, 87-ish, and I was born 1 year later. So, yes, that's the cargo transport and the rat. Let's take you out because we'll need you in a minute for the next bit. The next bit I'm going to show you is actually technically the rarest bit and is one of the 2 things I have where the mechanisms still work completely correctly. Oh, bloody hell, go in, stupid thing. That's what she said. It's a little spaceship, isn't it? This is I believe it's the FW 1400 Star Warfighter. I can hear a pigeon cooing. And there is a button, which I was pressing the wrong one. 3 lovely things and a very obvious button. And if you press it, ta-da! It works. And this is it. There's another button here as well. And this pilot is still inside with his visor, and I didn't realise he was in there. So we have another man, which is okay. Although, as I said, I think this is actually the pilot for this ship. So Tom Watson, I think his name might have been. Oh, he won't go in with his backpack on. Okay, no, he's not the pilot. You're a crap pilot. Go away. You can be the pilot, even though you're probably not. Yeah, you fly the ship. Little spaceship. I've actually got a spare nose cone as well. And these spaceships are one of the rarer bits. They're like common rare bits, if that makes sense. Oh, a little landing gear as well. Yeah. All these little details they put on the magnets on the bottom. I'll show you about those later. All these lovely little details they put on these ships. The 80s toys are amazing. But yeah, these are one of the more uncommon pieces of the Starcom. Like the common, uncommon, if that makes sense. These tend to trend around twice as much as those and like 4 times as much as that. So that happens to be one of the most common things, apparently. Actually, what I've got down here are even more common, but they tend to be more expensive. And I said I have 2 of them to look at, so we'll look at both of them. But yes, little Star Warfighter is missing the wingtips, which is a shame, but I don't think I ever had those. So you go over here. Can you? Oh, you can carry cargo as well. This is totally not realistic. Mind you, I don't think any of this is. Now what we're going to look at is a big piece of kit, very big. So I'm actually going to move these guys over here because I'll need these guys for a demonstration soon, actually. So we'll fold them up in preparation, and we'll get the pilots over here. Let's bring this one in because this one is in slightly better nick. This is the Star Max Bomber. It is magnificent, and this one is also a Star Max bomber. But as you can see, it's suffered horribly from yellowing plastic, which is a very common thing in these in particular. In fact, this one is actually quite good because it hasn't been exposed to light, but you can see the contrast of white and what it should be, and it's the same on this one. White. And it's the same reason the Super Nintendo ones go. Something to do with bromide in the plastics. Anyway, I'm going to put this one aside for the moment. This is the one I had as a kid, and it's not in as good nick. So I'll put this one to the side, and we'll talk about this for a minute. Star Max Bomber. Yes, as I was saying, the other one is the one I had as a child. This was awesome. Christmas present and all. And I have a box down here. It's not the original box. I'll show that off later. Apparently these were helped designed by NASA somewhat, which makes sense because it does look like the basic shuttle. And as we've already demonstrated here, we have a landing gear, which is pretty cool. Nice little detail there. That's what I like about 80s toys. We have these wonderful side cannons, which are practically impossible to actually... imagine trying to fly with these. It's like, I'm going to shoot you, but my ammunition is going the wrong way. Pew, 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 pew. I'm not really a fighter, this, though, to be fair. Cockpit. I can't... Can I? Not without picking the camera up. Let's have a look at the cockpit. First off, we've got just nice moulding there, if it'll ever focus. And it's a little bit dark, but the moulding, again, is very nice. Let me see if I turn the light on. No, I cannot turn the light on, so you're just going to have to deal with it. So yes, lovely moulding on the cockpit there. And obviously you will get a pilot-based figure in there. Unfortunately, as I said, you can't really see it, which is poor planning on my half. Let me... It really doesn't matter how many times I freeze the video. I'm not going to get a light because I'm lazy. Oh yes, and spring-loaded canopy, which is nice. Doesn't work properly on the other one. Moving further up the machine, we have another cargo hold. Now, this is the only bit that the other ship has over this one at the moment, which is, it's down here. It's a double laser cannon, and these double laser cannons are about 20 quid to replace, so I have no. And these side ones are about 20 quid to replace as well, but this one's missing its wings, so it's much more yellow, so we don't look at him. There's other reasons I don't look at that one at the moment as well. Yes, spring-loaded canopy. Are you ready for the wonders? Ta-da! And we got inside another nice little cargo bay, which I cannot get a decent focus or light in, which is a real shame. Although you can see some details. And this would hold... Normally, it was for me when I was playing, because I used to play with these a lot. He lies. Room for two pilots, so you'd have your one-armed commander in there, and you'd have a pigeon cooing at you upstairs to come and let her out of the cage, and another guy in there, so there'd be your bomber and your commander, because this is a bomber unit. It is called the Starmax Bomber after all, so we'll leave those guys in there. Well, we'll try to, but he's dead. I think he has physically died, and he's being transported to the realm beyond, where peace and rest come for him for all eternity. So let's just close them in there and leave them in there for another 20 years. Wings. Let me just get this back a little bit. There we go. Wings. Probably again like a tenner to replace. Nice little details like that. Don't fold downwards though. And you can see where the wings on this particular model... I brought this one in a charity shop like a couple of hours ago. I'm not even joking. I wasn't going to do Starmax, but then I said I brought these guys at a car boot sale locally. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll cover this. And then I found this one and this one in the attic yesterday with some help from my old man. And then I found this one in a charity shop whilst I was in town to feed the pigeons. Something wants me to cover Starmax, and I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, you can see with this particular model actually where the wings have been folded up because it's not as yellow. And an interesting point here, if we look, you can see yellowing, the laser cannons were there. So the laser cannons have been lost fairly recently, maybe in the last couple of years, which is a shame. But for a charity shop find of a £5, and these cost a lot more than a £5, woo, and a car boot find of £8 with one figure, and they cost a lot more than £8, I'm pretty damn happy. But we'll move on from that, that's not important. Bomber part. This was a bomber. I don't ever remember having bombs as a kid, but then every kid lost them. But from what I've researched and read, they had ball bearings in, so they could work with the magnets as well, which is pretty damn cool. But that's not what we're interested about. Can you see what it says there? Cargo release, because this has a cargo hold. And now you're going to understand something else I was talking about earlier. Ready? I'm just going to let you actually focus before I press this button, because it's epic. Epically awful. Wasn't that amazing? Yes, it's got a cargo hold. And the lovely thing about these toys is every single unit is designed to fit in a cargo hold like this. So all the toys are interchangeable and work together, he says, as he crushes the damn thing. So this Starmax bomber can come in for an attack and launch the Rat. very, very slowly as he's under attack. But I think they're called the Space Rogues or something like that. Very, very slowly. So that's out, and we're going to open this, and then this can open up. That's it. And we can get the guys from inside to go, and he can man the guns, because you only need one hand to fire a gun. It's a well-known fact, especially if you're Donald Trump. And he can go in there. Yeah, you get in there, and then you drive out into combat and immediately drive into a landmine and die. He fell off. He's dead. There's no gunner on the Rat. They were all destroyed horribly. Or the cargo ship could come and drop cargo off and then bugger off, and, you know, as I said, this guy can take it. Or, if this is on a long-range bombing run, which, as it's supposed to be, it is a bomber. Yeah, this is getting boring now. I'm so sorry. I just ramble on and on, but I do love Starcom toys. I always kind of have. It can store the fighter in the back. So when it lands, it's like, oh, we're going to attack the enemy base soon. We'll land and let the fighter out. Or it can transport fighters around because there's a magnet on the top again. So, you know, ooh, oh, let's at least undo him. Oh, we're going to unlevel the fighter now. Whee! Yeah, I'm kind of sad. But yeah, the motor on this one actually works. I was dead impressed when I saw it in the charity shop. It was like, I'm buying this now because the motor works. I said, these motors tend to seize up and rust and not work anymore. And I said, these bombers are fairly expensive for what they are, to be fair. And there's one more thing, just quickly we're going to talk about, at least on this one. We'll have a quick look at the other one because it's got more stickers on and it's just a bit more played with. We'll have a look at the box as well because it's down here, or what's left of the box. Is this one has magnets on the top. Let me just see if I can... you get to see my house now. Whoop, whoop. And we noticed that there's a magnet on the bottom with two little grooves, and there's two little grooves here because this is designed to sit on top of there like that. So it can fly through space. And if those naughty space rebels come, the fighter, as it's going along, can unleash its wings. And he can be like, while the anti-aircraft gun is like, pew, 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 shoot everything down. And then it can release the cargo hold, causing a horrible vacuum in space, causing the Rat to fly off, which means the mission fails entirely, and everybody dies because structural integrity has been destroyed. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I love 80s toys. I also love fiddling around with the tripod whilst I'm recording because I'm too lazy to stop it, even though I stopped it earlier on for no good reason. So we'll just put him over there for the moment in time. And we'll put him there. And we'll put these guys just over here, so they're just sort of there. And we will have a quick look at this one. As I said, this one just has more stickers on it. And the double laser cannon at the top, which is always very loose. You know, it doesn't stay up normally on its own accord. You play with it and it will go everywhere. Although I always did quite enjoy doing that. It hasn't got the spring power to do it anymore. Automatically raising gun turrets. But yeah, this one just has more stickers, so feasibly I could kind of make the best model out of the two of them, which is what I might do, actually. And put the other one on eBay. Fasten seatbelts. No smoking. Look at that fighter symbol with the Star Max bomber. Oh, yeah. This one has Starcom stickers on it, but this one says Star Max, so it's better. And this is 4v2. Yeah, and whatever the heck that is, a battery symbol. What's on this side? Pretty much the same. Battery symbol, fasten smoker, Star Max bomber, fasten seatbelts, no smoking. Just nicely done. And this one still has stickers on the magnets itself, which this one does not. As I said, I might combine these, which wouldn't actually be that much. We'll just kind of take that off, take this gun coat off, put it on there, and keep the nice one, and put this one on for spares and repairs, which would be odd, because it's got a lot more on the inside as well. Yeah, this one still has stuff on the inside. I can't really get the stickers off to replace, which is the problem. I might look into that method of bromide clearing, where you actually clear, because this one just doesn't work at all, so I could actually just do that. Take the cargo hold off. Yes, let's do that right now. Let's replace the cargo hold right now, because this one, it's a shame that sticker's on there. All that information is on there. This one's still got all this, and it's got the same sticker there, to be fair. Whereas this one has nothing. These cargo holds are like a bloody tenner a piece. So I'm going to put this one on here like this. There we go. Now we have, this one is the V2. And this one can go on here. This is now spares and repairs. Childhood nostalgia is now spares and repairs. Whoop, whoop. But yes, that is Starcom stuff. There is a lot more. As I said, there's even a whole completely different faction of Starcom stuff. I don't have any of it. I said they're rebels. It tends to be more expensive from my research just because it's more uncommon. The Star Max Bomber is one of the most common pieces, and I couldn't blame it because it is an awesome, awesome toy. And in general, these are just well-designed little toys as well that most kids in the 80s probably would have loved to bits, as you can tell by the fact that they're all broken. Well, I've wasted 21 minutes of your bloody time. Go and do something productive with your life. Love you. Like and subscribe.